Alright, let's do it. What is it about? Help me, you literally started it. Yeah, we looked at this a little bit. Has it been resolved, or is it just the same old, same old? Freaking VTubers, man.
By now, I'm sure that you're familiar with the fact that VTubers come in many different shapes and sizes. But
like
even
this.
so, most of them are united by having one thing in common. And that's the fact that their designs are based on what an anime character would look like. This has been the norm for years now. But speaking of anime, with its many varied styles and themes, there is one recurring topic that always comes up. The fact that so many anime characters somehow end up looking exactly the same.
Because you start running out of face shapes and stuff, man. Do you know how many we've had in the last, like, 50 years?
This is sometimes passed off as inspiration. Others might argue that because anime styles are so simple, it's inevitable that you'd have two characters kind of looking the same. Regardless what the reason might be, people notice these things very quickly. And seeing that VTubing has absolutely exploded since 2018, going from having 1,000 active VTubers to 10,000 by January 2020 and reaching over 50.
Where was I? Hold on. Wait, 2020. I wasn't even streaming. I was just a VTuber viewer back in like 2019, 2020.
By January 2020 and reaching over 50,000 active VTubers live streaming on both Twitch and YouTube in 2023. This meant that just like anime, you'd start seeing the inevitable rise of VTubers that kind of look similar. These comparisons would start being a common occurrence and would create drama more often than once. But here's the thing. No matter how big you are as a VTuber, no matter how much influence you have in the community, if you publicly call out someone for plagiarizing your design, for copying you, without having very concrete proof, then you will always receive heavy backlash. More recently, we saw this happen with the apocalyptic Cinder drama, where she actively sought to sabotage another VTuber because she blamed her for copying both her design and—
Which wasn't even copying, man! Like, it's crazy to me.
Personality.
And to top it off, even if you truly believe that, you truly believe behind closed doors that she is copying you, why would you ever punch down on someone that's so much astronomically smaller than you? It's just so irrelevant. Focus on yourself. I would understand if, like, in a parallel universe, Spite was always shitting back at you and you had to defend yourself, but, like, Spite was just minding her own business. I never thought Spite and Cinder were even in the remotely same sphere. I knew of them both, obviously, but, like, no, what are you doing wasting your time like that?
When she literally started VTubing before her. It was ridiculous.
Sure, yeah.
But even though we had this incident and many others before it take place very similarly, it didn't stop this VTuber from doing the same exact thing. Bullying a smaller artist publicly for ridiculous claims of plagiarism, and within just the span of 24 hours losing all credibility in the community, to then eventually coming up with one of the worst apologies you can imagine. Guys, it's been a while since we spoke about stupid VTuber drama, but seeing how this made me roll my eyes multiple times as I was seeing it unfold, I thought we had to talk about it. So without further ado...
How much do they stream? Oh, okay, they're not actually a VTuber. Wow, okay. 100 hours. 100 hours? Is that a lot? How much do I stream? I don't even track because I just don't care. I stream 100 hours on an insane month. Okay, so they should stream a good amount. So they're not just a VTuber. I guess they just aren't just crazy.
Let's do this.
Impressive.
We all love looking at anime girl thighs. But how come no one is asking a very important question? Like, for example, what is their nutritional value? Well, I'll tell
this a
you,
gamer
less than
subset,
1
please?
carbohydrate, 0 sugar, and a
shit.
way healthier and cheaper alternative to other piss-flavored energy drinks.
What?
Yes, that's right. I'm talking about gamer subs. They literally have an anime girl thigh flavor. And if you use the code MUJIN at checkout, you get 10% off your entire order. But don't worry, I know what you might be thinking. MUJIN, I would love to taste anime girl thighs, but I have no idea if I'll like it. Well, here's the deal. You can add free flavor samples to your cart. Now, usually you'd only have to pay for shipping, but if you use the code MUJIN, then gamer subs will literally pay for your shipping. You'd be paying nothing. Yes, there are actually no strings attached. I didn't even have to convince gamer subs to do this. They just did it because they felt sorry for me because I live in France. Every time
I'd feel sorry for you too, man. Do you live in Paris?
time you use my code, not only are you supporting me directly, but you increase the chance of us getting our own flavor. Anyway, the link will be in the pinned comment. Let's get back to the video. All right, so here's the deal. You ask any VTuber what the lifeblood of this industry is, and they'll...
VTuber models, 100%. I think if you don't have a standout VTuber model, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Genuinely, I know people are gonna say, like, oh, no, it's your personality. It's like, no, it's your fucking model. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Probably reply with artists, because it's the truth. A VTuber's entire identity and brand, I mean, their entire design is reliant fully on artists. But the harsh reality is that getting a VTuber model made from start to finish is quite the costly endeavor. Because depending on the complexity and the artist you're hiring, it can easily cost thousands of dollars and take months, sometimes over a year, to be made. But seeing that there's so many people that want to become VTubers, this harsh reality ended up creating some unique solutions like pre-made models. These, for example, are all ready to use and their price is very affordable. The only caveat is that anyone can buy this and use it. You're not the exclusive owner. And similarly to this creative solution of pre-made models, another unique idea popped up. Adoption. It involves someone posting a concept of a VTuber that they...
People have been doing adoptables since, like, the dawn of the internet. Furries have coined this, I'm pretty sure. Adoptables, where you, like, adopt a character that someone made for money, and it's, like, quote-unquote yours. Yeah, it's not unique to VTubing. It's, like, it's been a thing forever.
Created while asking for a particular price for it, or saying you can offer the price that you think is right. This adoption method can have many different upsides. Some people don't like to conceptualize something from scratch and would rather use something really cool by another artist. This also would allow you to finish the concepting step and maybe save up money for the next steps without any pressure, without any time constraints. In fact, this concept that we just saw was drawn by Utainsy. She regularly posts different VTuber concepts and will put them up for adoption. Now on August 30th, Utainsy would do what she always does. She would post two different concepts, with the first one being a purple-themed girl wearing alt clothing, and the second one being this demon girl.
Cute.
Up until this point, this was just another day for Utainsy, doing what she's always done. But that would of course be until it caught
the VTubers
Melly's
attack.
attention, a sizable artist and VTuber in the community. The next day, she would quote tweet Utainsy's post and say, "Hey, that kind of looks like ... very directly implying that the red demon girl concept of Utainsy was a direct copy of her model, that she was being plagiarized. Now,
you know what I'll say though? I don't think this was under the impression of drama farming or rage bait. I genuinely believe that this person thinks that this character looks like the character that they own. Yeah.
Now, what I like about this is that we're still at the beginning of this incident, right? And the replies on this post already don't want anything to do with it. The most liked reply is, "Do not start this. Oh my fucking god, I am so tired of seeing people accuse artists of stealing designs. Can we please stop doing this?" Or this guy saying, "Delete this shit. Your concept and design is generic as fuck, and there's a plethora of artists that could follow your same logic and accuse you of stealing their design." But even though this was the community sentiment, Melly decided to double down, quote tweeting Utainsy's post again and...
This is what convinced me that I genuinely think that he thinks that they are similar just because of color. You are stupid For thinking you own color palettes. So many things are different about this. It's insane.
Saying, of course I don't own the concept of Red Demon Girl, but it's so on the nose, I can't turn away. The colors are similar, the pigtails, the broken horn on the exact side, the earrings, the torn wings, mismatched leggings, ribbons on the sleeves, the shoes. I'm just a bit sad. Alright, so look, Melly was saying this was...
The silhouette doesn't even look the same. No, you're fried.
Very on the nose, that everything from the smallest minute details were copying her directly. So to make things easier for you, I put both designs side by side. Mel claims that the wings are meant to be a copy of hers when they look literally nothing alike. She also claims that the colors are exactly the same when they're literally not there.
I'm telling you, there's so many people who just don't understand how art and concept art works. And they don't know how to distinguish colors. It's quite literally a deeper red. I don't know, maybe it's hard to see on certain people's screens, but this is more of a deep pink red, and this is like a deeper red, like fire truck red. It's just a lighter shade of that.
They're completely different. One is more on the pink side, one is more on the red side. She then goes on to say that the earrings are exactly the same when that could not be further from the truth. The mismatched leggings are the same when, again, that could not be further from the reality. And my personal favorite, the broken horn on the exact side. Can someone please help me understand how this chipped horn is anything similar to this completely fucked up, torn out horn on the side of her head?
It's on the same side. It's the same thing. Even though this one's curved and it has metal on all the parts, it's the same, guys.
Missing something here? The good news is,
so
no,
tired.
I'm not delusional.
This is why people need to, like, trust artists a little bit more. Like, I've been screwed over by some artists before, but that's, like, a couple out of, like, a massive bucket of amazing ones.
Because guess what? She got ratioed more than once on this post, with this illustrator saying, this behavior needs to stop. As a character designer, I can confidently say they look nothing alike aside from the red theme and broken horn. Mean girl behavior is ruining the space. Why don't you just make friends with people with similar designs? You know, that's a very good point. If she quote tweeted this design and said something along the lines of, oh my god, demon girls with horns, like we look so cool or whatever, that would have gotten so much positive traction. Instead, she's getting ratioed. Another person who ratioed her said, I'm gonna be honest here, fam, but aside from the hair and color palette, it's not that similar to be made into a call-out post. People were not having it, okay? These similarities that she was talking about, they just weren't there. What people were seeing, though, is a bigger creator calling out a smaller creator, sending harassment their way over something that couldn't be further from the truth. Viral. If she's claiming that this design is plagiarizing her, then she should also call out Iron Mouse's 20.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Why don't you? You have a little bit more similarities to her in a lot of ways too. The skirt, the horns, the wings, the actual garter thing, like
2023 design.
It's not the same.
Because she also has mismatched leggings, earrings,
and boots,
wings, and longer pigtails. I mean, the only thing missing is what? The red color and a broken horn. But even though she definitely reaching with...
No, because Iron Mouse wouldn't even say anything. Her fans would tear her apart for her. She wouldn't even know it's happening.
That public call out, it still made Utainsy feel forced to make a public statement about it. So she quote tweeted what Melly had said about her and said, I just want to share what inspired me. And I'm sorry if it turned out we were inspired by something similar. I adjusted some of the details you mentioned because creating original characters is very important to me. I hope you understand. So because of this, she was actually forced to publicly show the references that she used to come up with this concept. She also felt forced to change the concept itself and even apologized by saying, I'm sorry if it turned out we were inspired by something similar. This post ended up getting a lot of interaction, with many people in the replies telling Utainsy to please not apologize because she did nothing wrong. She then replied to her post and said, "It makes me sad since this could have been resolved in DMs. I even made a post about this recently. I hadn't seen their design and it's unfortunate this happened." Linking a post she had made just a couple of weeks ago saying, "Fun fact, there are millions of artists who design characters and sometimes two people can create almost identical designs without ever seeing each other's work. The world is big and ideas often overlap, so it is nice to remember this before thinking someone copied someone." It was now evident Utainsy had done nothing wrong, and she also seemed like a very reasonable person. This could have been very easily solved privately, but instead it was made public in an attempt to discredit her. So seeing how this was made public and how much traction this post had gotten, the next tweet that Melly would make would be, "What the hell did I wake up to?" She had called out Utainsy, tried to discredit her publicly, was completely in the wrong, went to sleep, and then woke up to immense backlash. Many of the
Again, this is why I think it wasn't for farming drama. It was literally just her being an idiot.
replies say, "You just woke up to the consequences of your actions," but that didn't mean in any way that it wasn't still salvageable. By this point, she could have still recovered everything if she just apologized. It could have ended right here. So did she actually take a step back, take accountability, and avoid any more needless drama? Of course not. This is VTuber drama. It never ends on a good note. She decided to triple down and would make this very stupid tweet saying, "Never have I said I own the concept of a red demon girl with pigtails. What the frig? The similarities to my own design merely made me baffled and saddened because no matter how different it was adjusted, it very much felt the same. What? I won't be gaslit into thinking anything else."
Take your fucking meds. Oh my lord. Some people just don't have an artistic eye. Genuinely, I feel like they just see, oh, it's red and it's a demon girl, therefore it must be the same.
Of course, there's no such thing as a good VTuber drama without community notes, and that's exactly what ended up happening on this post. The note said, "Melly claims that Utainsy made her design too similar to her, when the wings, boots, bottoms, shirt, skin, horns, and no marks on the skin are so different. Utainsy provided inspiration in her drawing that doesn't even involve Melly." Linking the post we already saw of Utainsy showing her references.
And the skin color's different too, and the other one had a bunch of scars all over it.
Now look, I know what you're thinking. This already looks really bad. Man. But at this point, Melly is just a gift that keeps on giving, because look at this catastrophic reply to this post. Also, I hate the whole "it should have been kept private" because I don't know this person. I don't.
Then why did you fucking call them out if you don't know them? It's just, sometimes I'll see things that like annoy me and they are beneath me because I don't know them, and it's probably just not worth my energy. You think that everything is an attack on you. You live like this.
Want to know this person. They made me feel uncomfy.
Oh yeah, the word uncomfy. She's just a cute little bean.
I don't want to message them, period. I said my piece and will continue to be the red demon with pigtails. I mean, at this point, what the hell can I say, man? This has over 380 replies, with over 200 quote tweets. This reply by Kenny sums it up. Talk to someone like an adult? Thumbs down. Call them out publicly and they get harassed? Thumbs up. It's like, dude, Utainsy literally has open DMs. There should absolutely be zero excuse for someone like Melly to make a call-out post like this without even attempting to message Utainsy, because that's just the definition of being malicious. Why else would you call out a smaller creator like this in front of your community? By this point, it was painfully obvious to just about everyone that this person cannot be reasoned with. They were just that delusional. But then, something unexpected happened. Melly would completely disappear, not posting anything else on her socials ever since that catastrophic reply on August 31st.
Stinky.
And that silence would last for over a week. We'd only hear back from her on September 8th, 2025.
You know it's always going to be really good when it's an essaying and it's so long that it's like a screenshot. That's always a banger.
She would post this statement. People were hoping that this was going to be an apology after a long break where she realized that she was in the wrong. What they got instead was, well, let's read this. In the early morning of September 1st, I nearly made an irreversible decision on my life.
You didn't take your meds that night, and then you woke up and decided to say something stupid, and then you doubled down, and then you realized that it was stupid.
I've since been recovering and surrounding myself with friends and loved ones who are helping keeping me company. I got a glimpse of a few messages I got from friends online and want to thank you so much for reaching out. I'm sorry I couldn't respond, but I hope I'm able to in the coming days as I slowly regain the strength to do so. I 100% should have dealt with things privately or at the very least ignored and moved on, but that just wasn't the case. I'm keeping the post up unless asked to be taken down so people can get the context if needed.
You don't think that the artist that was getting harassed would have asked you?
I love the VTuber art community so much, but to feel the sheer cruelty the community can carry left me wanting to step away from engaging in it. So to protect my health, my friend will be stepping in for me and going through my messages and blocking those who took things too far or were cruel to an unimaginable degree.
Oh my god, you can't even block the people yourself. You're that mentally fragile. That's crazy.
Also be managing my Twitter till the foreseeable future, so if there are any business inquiries, etc., they will still be passed along to me, just sifted through by my friend. Thank you to those who waited for me. I've got a lot more art and silly things to share in the world still.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So look, I think it goes without saying, I would never want to see someone leave this planet over drama online, especially VTuber drama. It should never get to that point. With that being said though, this post does come off as Melly trying her hardest to appear like the victim here, when in reality this entire thing occurred because she felt the need to call out a smaller artist publicly, attempting to discredit them and sending harassment their way over something that could not be further from the truth. The closest thing to an apology that we got was her saying, I 100% should have dealt with things privately.
But you didn't anyway because you are stupid. That's literally it.
At the very least ignored and moved on, but that just wasn't the case. This made many people feel like she was not even attempting to take accountability here, still doubling down on the fact that Utainsy did actually copy her design, when it was already proven that it wasn't. What happened to Melly was exactly what she was hoping to inflict on Utainsy. This directly affected her credibility and ruined her reputation pretty much in a day. Utainsy, on the other hand, didn't even comment on this statement that Melly had made, instead choosing to continue drawing designs drama-free and being able to sell, well, most of them from what it seems like. Ultimately, I don't wish Melly any harm, but I hope with this situation and the many others before it, people stop creating such dumb public callouts without thinking of the consequences and the fact that they'd have to face accountability. Anyway.
Fillion wants to talk to me? Okay, what? Hold on.
Oh, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can
talk
hear
back.
All right, what?
Okay.
What's up?
Hi, Alana.
Yes?
Are you bored?
Thank you so much for watching until the end. I missed you guys. Expect a lot of videos coming up soon. Make sure to use the code MUJIN on GamerSubs and join my Discord because we have a lot of cool things coming up. And
why does it make me think this is like a yandere woman like moment? Like honestly, it looks like a yandere woman.
You can also DM me directly with proof that you used my code on GamerSubs to get a special role. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that is.
It is the yandere face. Oh, it is. The fact that you're human is like so on the nose. Stop copying me, freak. It's so loud. What the helly? What the helly? Go check out Mujin. He's a friend of the channel. Very cool guy. Let's us watch his videos and stuff. It's very cool. Clappy, clappy, clappy. No V? Yeah, no V for Vendetta. No V for Vendetta, chat. No V for Vendetta.